Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual. I'm Utsav Parekh and I'll take you through the top 50 stories of the day. Let's begin. A group of anti-Putin Russian nationals has claimed responsibility for an attack in the Belgorod region. Belgorod is located in southwestern Russia. This particular group is reportedly aligned with the Ukrainian army. Their attack had damaged an administrative building and several residential buildings in the Belgorod region. The group calls itself the Freedom of Russia Legion. Russia's Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin is visiting China. He will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. The two leaders will sign a series of deals on infrastructure and trade. Ahead of this, Mishustin will participate in a Russian-Chinese business forum in Shanghai. China and Russia have been ramping up their bilateral ties. China has taken a neutral stand on Russia's war in Ukraine. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Australia. He addressed the Indian diaspora in Sydney. He was greeted by Australian High Commissioner to India upon his arrival. The Indian Prime Minister expressed his desire to establish stronger defence and security cooperation between India and Australia. The second day of the G20 Tourism Working Group meet began in Kashmir. The meetings are being held at Sher-e-Kashmir International Conference Centre in Srinagar. Several sessions are scheduled for the day. The delegates will also visit Srinagar's famous Nishad Gardens, Pari Mahal and Polo View Market. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has been granted bail in multiple cases by an anti-terrorism court in Islamabad. Reports say that Khan has been granted bail in 8 cases related to violence at the court in March. The bail has been granted until June 8th. Khan's wife, Bushra Bibi, has also been granted protective bail until May 31st in a corruption case. The United Nations envoy to Sudan has warned of the growing ethnicization of the conflict. This comes as clashes between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group continue. Clashes erupted again just after leaders of the two warring factions signed a 7-day ceasefire deal. Eyewitnesses claim that airstrikes continued minutes after the truce deal took effect on Monday night. A huge fire broke out at a secondary school dormitory in the South American nation of Guyana. At least 20 children have been killed. Many others have suffered injuries. The country's president has called it a major disaster. Authorities say lightning, thunder and heavy rains have complicated rescue efforts. An investigation has been launched to ascertain the cause of the fire. A presidential candidate in Turkey, Sinan Ogan, has declared that he will be supporting frontrunner Recep Tayyip Erdogan in the presidential runoffs. Ogan got over 5% of the votes in the presidential election and has held third place. Erdogan got over 49% of the votes, which give him a 5-point lead over his immediate challenger, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. Israel has accused Iran of turning commercial ships into platforms capable of launching missile and drone strikes. Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant showed images of 6 such repurposed Iranian vessels. Gallant called the Iranian ships, quote-unquote, floating terror bases. He added that Tehran's objective was to extend its clout beyond the Persian Gulf towards the Indian Ocean. American columnist E. Jean Carroll has gone back to court to demand additional damages from former US President Donald Trump. This is for the disparaging remarks he made about Carroll during an interview. Her lawyers have filed an amended lawsuit seeking an additional $10 million in damages. They say that the remarks made by Trump spoiled Carroll's reputation to a point that she lost her longtime job at Elle magazine. A box truck crashed into security barriers near the White House in the US. Investigators say they recovered a Nazi flag from the site. The driver of the box truck has been detained. No injuries have been reported in the incident. An American Republican Senator, Tim Scott, has entered the 2024 presidential race. Scott, the only black Republican in the U.S. Senate, will kick off his campaign from his hometown, North Charleston, in South Carolina. He faces an uphill battle against Republican favorite Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. However, Scott remains popular in South Carolina, which plays a key role in the Republican race. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has declined to seek a coalition. This has paved the way for a second vote on June 25th. The Greek PM's New Democratic Party won with over 40% of the votes. The country's opposition parties do not have enough seats to form a ruling alliance. Brazil has declared a state of animal health emergency for 180 days. This comes after the detection of the highly pathogenic H5N1 avian influenza virus in wild birds. So far, 8 cases have been detected. Brazil is the world's biggest exporter of chicken meat. The country exports nearly $10 billion worth of chicken meat annually. Heatwave conditions continue in India's capital, New Delhi, and nearby regions. In the latest, Delhi's power demand increased to over 6,500 megawatts on Monday afternoon. This is the highest power demand in the region recorded this season. It's likely to cross 7,000 megawatts by the end of May. Raging wildfires in Canada's Alberta province have further complicated the supply lines. This comes as authorities have shut down parts of the region's main highway. The highway was partially closed as a precautionary measure, but now wildfires are burning closer to the roads. Around 3,000 firefighters from Canada and the US are tackling about 91 active wildfires. A new study has revealed that global heating will affect billions. The world is currently on track for a 2.7 degrees Celsius rise of heating. This will expose 2 billion people to average annual temperatures above 29 degrees Celsius by the year 2030. A very few number of communities have experienced such temperatures in the past. Countries with large populations and already warm climates are likely to be the worst hit. In the Horn of Africa, more than 7 million children under the age of 5 remain malnourished. A UNICEF report says that this has happened due to hunger, displacement, and water scarcity. Millions of children and families are leaving their homes out of desperation for food and water. Outbreaks of cholera, measles, malaria, and other diseases are worsened by extreme weather conditions. Extreme weather events caused about 2 million deaths over the last 50 years. It also led to economic damage amounting to $4 trillion. This is according to a new study by the World Meteorological Organization. It further mentioned that weather, climate, and water-related hazards caused around 12,000 disasters between 1970 and 2021. Developing countries were the hardest hit. 7 states in the US have agreed to save the Colorado River by cutting water consumption. By the end of 2026, Arizona, California, and Nevada, among others, will reduce water intake by over 3 billion cubic meters. The Colorado River provides drinking water for around 40 million people. It also provides water for irrigation. However, the river has been overused. Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly set to undergo another round of layoffs. Reports say that the company is expected to cut some roles in its cable TV business. This includes Discovery-branded cable networks. The timing of the cuts is yet to be confirmed. However, reports suggest that it's likely to come later this summer. Meanwhile, a third round of layoffs is underway at Disney. Reports say more than 2,500 people may lose their jobs in the latest wave. In February, CEO Bob Iger announced that the media giant would axe roughly 7,000 jobs globally. He said that the company would do so in 3 waves of layoffs. The first 2 waves took place in March and April. US-based retail chain Walmart has tied up with the pet telehealth provider Paw. With this deal, Walmart subscribed users can now access veterinary consultations via video or text. Users can access Paw's services for a year. The deal will help Walmart compete better with Amazon. The retail giant aims to do this by offering lucrative services and value deals. US-based financial firm JPMorgan has increased its corporate default rate forecast for all emerging markets. It has raised the forecast from an earlier 5.5% to 6%. The forecast provides an estimate of corporate borrowings that will likely miss scheduled payments this year. JPMorgan says that this increase is due to growing risks among Latin American companies. India-based information technology firm Infosys has launched an artificial intelligence platform, Infosys Topaz. The platform combines data analytics, artificial intelligence, and generative AI. The company says that the platform can help businesses leverage the use of artificial intelligence. This comes at a time when companies globally are racing to develop their own AI platforms. Social media platform Discord is reportedly testing a suite of parental controls. The chat app is introducing a new feature called Family Center. With this feature, parents will be able to keep a track of their children's contacts. It will also allow them to monitor who their children have messaged. However, parents will not be able to view the content of the messages. Discord says this has been done to safeguard the children's privacy. China-based social media platform TikTok has sued the US state of Montana. It has challenged the state's new ban on the use of the video sharing app. Last week, Montana became the first US state to impose a ban on the social media platform. TikTok has argued that the ban violates the First Amendment rights of the company and its users. In the US, First Amendment rights protect citizens' freedom of speech. Meanwhile, TikTok says it will soon grant software firm Oracle full access to its source code and algorithm. The work is part of TikTok's Project Texas. With this project, the company aims to ease security concerns about the app in the US. The social media company will do so by allowing partners like Oracle to review its technology for security risks. WhatsApp is rolling out one of its most awaited features. The messaging app will now allow users to edit their messages. Users will be able to modify their messages within 15 minutes of sending them out. The feature will be rolled out globally in the coming weeks. The feature was one of the most crucial competing factors for the app among peers like Telegram and Signal. Tech giant Microsoft has evaded a lawsuit by gamers in the US. The lawsuit aimed to block Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of the video game company Activision Blizzard. The gamers had alleged that the merger would decrease competition in the gaming sector, causing irreparable harm. A US court has said that the lawsuit failed to show the irreparable damage that the deal would cause. Moving on to sports now, Real Madrid have lodged a hate crime complaint against La Liga. This comes after Real player Vinicius Jr. was subject to racist chants during a match at Valencia. FIFA President Gianni Infantino lambasted the La Liga for their ignorance. Brazil's President Lula da Silva has condemned the racial abuse. Meanwhile, Spain has ordered a probe into the racist abuse of Vinicius. According to reports, this was the 10th episode of alleged racism in La Liga this season. Amid growing backlash, the Spanish police have detained 4 people connected to the Vinicius Jr. case. Arrests come in connection with an incident where an effigy of Vinicius was hung from a bridge in January. The effigy was found hanging in front of Real Madrid's training ground. Along with the effigy, a flag with the colors of rival club Atletico Madrid was draped. The flag had a racist message for Vinicius and his team. It said, quote-unquote, Madrid hates Real. Manchester United are reportedly in talks with Paris Saint-Germain over the transfer of Neymar. PSG are open to selling Neymar this summer as they look to build a younger team around striker Kylian Mbappe. Meanwhile, 31-year-old Neymar has hinted at leaving PSG along with co-star Lionel Messi. Neymar is contracted with PSG until 2027. In Serie A, Juventus suffered a 4-1 loss at Empoli. 2 goals from Francesco Caputo and a strike from Sebastiano Luperto gave Empoli a comfortable 3-0 lead. Juventus scored in the second half, but Roberto Piccoli sealed Empoli's win with a goal in stoppage time. Juventus hold 59 points, 1 behind AS Roma, with 2 games left. More on Juventus, they were docked 10 points from the current Serie A season. Italy's football court ruled against Juventus in a case about the club's transfer deals. The club allegedly inflated the values of its players and conducted false accounting practices. With the 10-point deduction and the defeat at Empoli, Juventus have dropped from the 2nd to the 7th place in Serie A rankings. In Formula One, according to reports, Ferrari are keen on offering a contract to Lewis Hamilton worth $50 million. This comes as Hamilton's Mercedes deal expires at the end of the season. Having struggled to win against Red Bull this year, the 38-year-old is reconsidering his future at Mercedes. Hamilton is hoping to win a record 8th world title. He's currently tied with Michael Schumacher on 7 titles. In basketball, Denver Nuggets beat Los Angeles Lakers to sweep the Western Conference Finals 4-0. Nuggets edged past Lakers 113-111 in a thrilling match. Nikola Jokic scored 30 points for Denver. However, Laker LeBron James was the highest scorer of the match with 40 points. Denver are now through to their maiden NBA Finals. After the playoff loss to Denver Nuggets, LeBron James addressed the media at the post-game conference. James told media that he was unsure about his future as a Laker. He added that he would consider retirement this off-season. Currently, James is signed with the Lakers until the end of the 2024 season. India's doubles pairings advanced to the pre-quarterfinals at the World Table Tennis Championships. The tournament is being hosted in Ireland's capital, Dublin. The men's pair of Achanta Sharath Kamal and Satyagan Guyana Sekharan beat their Hungarian opponents 11-5, 11-4, 15-13 to move to the round of 16. Meanwhile, Manika Batra and Archana Kamath beat their Hungarian opponents in the women's matchup. The Indian duo won 11-15, 11-7, 11-7 to enter the pre-quarterfinals. India's Neeraj Chopra has attained the world #1 rank in men's javelin. Chopra grabbed the top spot with 1,455 points to his name. He is 22 points ahead of reigning world champion Anderson Peters of Grenada. This is the first time that Chopra has claimed the top spot in javelin rankings. He also becomes the first Indian track and field athlete to attain a world #1 rank. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is reportedly engaged to girlfriend, television personality Lauren Sanchez. The 53-year-old Sanchez was seen wearing a 20-carat diamond ring. She began dating the 59-year-old billionaire in 2018. But the couple went public with their relationship only after his divorce was finalized in 2019. The two are currently in France to attend the Cannes Film Festival. The period drama film Lioness has been set as the first official UK-India co-production. Britain and India have signed a treaty in the year 2008 to co-produce films. The film is directed by Kajri Babbar. and it follows the lives of two British Punjabi women living in the UK a century apart. The film stars Aditi Rao Haidari and Paige Sandhu. Actor and pro-Ukraine activist Sean Penn has joined a Ukrainian war film. The 9-part anthology film is titled War Through the Eyes of Animals. Penn plays an American sound engineer who becomes a witness to the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war. The film is slated for a winter 2023-24 release. Actor Idris Elba and his wife Sabrina Elba are set to produce a documentary on racism in the music industry. The 3-part documentary is titled Paid in Full: The Battle for Payback, and it highlights the music industry's exploitation of black artists. Elba said that it is about granting acknowledgement and paying back what is due. The lineup for the 47th San Francisco International LGBTQ+ Film Festival has been announced. A total of 90 feature and short films will be screened at the festival. Pixar's animated film Elemental and queer high school comedy film Bottoms are among the selected movies. The festival will take place between the 14th of June and the 24th of July. Actor Jennifer Lawrence has become the latest celebrity to ditch heels on the Cannes Film Festival's red carpet. She paired her red Christian Dior gown with black slippers. More recently, actor Cate Blanchett went barefoot to the festival to show support to Iranian women. In the past, actors Julia Roberts and Kirsten Stewart have defied Cannes red carpet mandates by going bare feet. The Mongolian film If Only I Could Hibernate has made history at the Cannes Film Festival. It's the first film from the country to be shown in the official selection at Cannes. Meanwhile, the Mongolian Film Fund is offering cash rebates to international filmmakers to ramp up global reach. It's offering cash rebates for international projects to promote the country as a filming location. Director Martin Scorsese's banner, the Film Foundation, has tied up with the French film company MK2 Films. The partnership will help distribute a collection of Scorsese's restored movies internationally. The films are part of the World Cinema Project that preserves and restores neglected movies. The World Cinema Project has so far restored 51 films from 29 countries. Singer B.I. has become the first Korean artist to be invited to the music festival Lollapalooza in Berlin. He will participate in the festival as a representative of Korean artists. This year's Lollapalooza lineup includes pop band Imagine Dragons, DJ David Guetta, and singer Jason Derulo. Lollapalooza Berlin will take place between the 9th and 10th of September. K-pop band N-Hyphen released their 4th mini-album titled Dark Blood last evening. The album contains 6 songs. Its release was accompanied by a music video for one of the songs. N-Hyphen's previous mini-album, Manifesto Day 1, was their first chart topper on Billboard's top album sales chart. That's all for today's episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned to Firstpost.